What is up everyone, Mark here. Welcome back to my channel, welcome if you're new. Today I'm going to be giving my top 10 songs for Eurovision 2024. Without further ado, let's get into my number 10 spot, which is San Marino. Now this is Megara with the song 1111, and a really great song. I'm personally so happy to see Megara finally going to Eurovision. I was a fan of them last year actually when they were competing in Benidorm, and while they were not my winner for Benidorm, I was a big fan. I love rock music, I think Eurovision needs more of it, and Megara is fantastic. Seeing them on that little stage in San Marino was great, and I have no doubt that they will do amazing on the big stage in Eurovision. I'm very excited to see them. Oh, and let's not forget that dance break. This was the moment that it really clicked for me that, okay, yes, this is a contender for at least the qualification. This was when I really clicked with this song and was like, this has to be in my top 10. And keep in mind, the performance we got in San Marino will be, I imagine, will be nothing compared to what we get in Eurovision. I am expecting them to step it up big time. So for that, for me, this gets a 9 out of 10. Moving on from there, let's talk about my number 9 spot, which is Latvia. This is the song Hollow by Dawns, and this is, to me, a bit of a masterpiece. I mean, I think this song will rise in my list. The more I listen to it, the more I review it. But for now, I want to keep it at this spot because there are some songs I like a bit more. But I will say, this is probably one of my favorite entries that Latvia has ever sent, and a definite qualifier in my opinion. Don's voice just has such a weight to it that really carries the whole song. And the song itself, even without his amazing voice, is pretty good too. I think it's got a very strong message, the instrumental is good, and keep in mind, this is coming from someone who doesn't usually like ballads. But this worked for me, I really like this one, and I cannot wait to see him on the Eurovision stage, especially on the grand final stage, because let's be honest, this is definitely a contender for the qualification. Great song, great lyrics, and just a great performance. Now, this is not the only ballad you will find on this list, so stay tuned for that, but let us move on to my number 8 spot, which is Belgium. Okay, this one I wasn't too sure about at first. On the first listen, I thought, okay, that's interesting, that's fine. I definitely know what the name of the song is. He said it about a dozen times, but the more I listened to it, the more I really started to connect with it, and the more I started to envision this song on the Eurovision stage. I think this could be a contender for potentially the top 5. I really like this song. I think it has such a power to it. And I'm also a big fan of artists like Panic! At the Disco and Fall Out Boy, and this had a bit of a similar sound to it. I'm not sure how to describe it. I did see one person comment something similar, so if you think the same thing, do let me know. But yeah, this definitely had a certain sound to it that reminded me of a lot of other genres of music I like, and I really love the way the song builds up to that final crescendo, building up to where he says the title a dozen times, and I can only imagine how great this is going to look and sound on the Eurovision stage. I think this song gets another 9 out of 10 for me, and I gotta say the rankings are going to be a bit funny this year because all of these songs are really good. This year has not really given us any songs that I actively dislike yet. Maybe I will change the scoring system for myself so that not everyone gets a 9 out of 10 plus, but we shall see. Moving on to my number 7 spot, which is Lithuania. This is Sylvester Belt with the song Luktelk, and this one really caught my attention. It has this kind of dark aesthetic to it, which I really like, and if you actually look at the translation of the lyrics, this song has an interesting meaning, and for me, one of the main things I like about the lyrics is that right before the dance break, Sylvester says, "I don't want to dance, but I have to." Highly recommend checking out the lyrics. I think I'll put some on the screen here just so you can see them. But yeah, really like this song, really like this performance. It's a song I listen to a lot, actually. I think it's one of my most streamed songs on Spotify of the national final songs that we've gotten so far. So yes, really like this song, really excited to see Sylvester on the Eurovision stage, and very happy that this won for Lithuania. So this will get another, you guessed it, 9 out of 10 for me. We are getting to our 9.5s, just wait, but 9 out of 10 for this one too. Really like it, and with that said, let us move on to my 6th place, which is Estonia. I'm not even going to try to pronounce this song. I actually spent a month in Estonia, so I probably should know how to pronounce it, but unfortunately I do not. I really love just about everything about this entry, from the staging to the lyrics to the dance. This has everything I could want and more. The only reason I'm not ranking it as highly as some of the other ones is just because I like those a little bit more, but this song really is fantastic. I love it so much. I really cannot wait to see this live and dance to it at Eurovision. I've mentioned this in previous years, but I really appreciate songs that bring some sort of a dance to them, like Dottie Fair gave us, like The Roop gave us. So this song is giving us something very similar, and it's just a lot of fun. Just watching them in SD how much fun they're having on stage, how much fun the audience is having watching them, really gives me hope that this song will do well in Eurovision and give Estonia a great result. And I also love that they're singing in Estonian. For the past 2 to 3 years or so, Estonia has been sending songs in English, so it's great to hear a song in Estonian. I love the Estonian language. I think Estonian music is fantastic. The language itself really does lend itself myself to music just because it has so many vowels. So yeah, just great to hear Estonian in Eurovision. Cannot wait to see this live in May. This one I will also give a 9 out of 10. I want to reserve the 9.5s for some of the songs coming up. So with that said, let us get into my top 5. As of today, my number 5 song is France. This is Zemrën with the song Mon Amour. You can tell I do not speak French. Now, I will say I don't like this as much as my top 4. When I first heard the song, I wasn't super blown away. I thought it was a bit slow, and I'm not usually someone who likes ballads, but as the song went along, Zemrân's voice is just incredible. And by the end of the song, I had chills. Especially from the bridge onwards, I had full body chills. This really got under my skin and was just fantastic. And also, love his performances. The one in the music video is amazing, and so are the ones he had in, for instance, Croatia and other venues that we've seen him in. This is so good. And again, I'm not someone who usually likes ballads, but this worked for me. I love the song. I love his voice especially. And the lyrics are very beautiful. I'll post them on the screen now so you can see just how deep and meaningful these lyrics are. And yeah, I just think the song is all around almost perfection, to be honest. Again, the only thing is that it might take a while to grow on some people, and it took a while to grow on me, and it is just a bit of a slower song, and I tend to like more crazy out there songs, but regardless, this for me gets a 9.5 out of 10. With that said, let us move on to my number 4 spot, which is Norway. Now, this song, which I'm not sure I should try to pronounce, is phenomenal. In one word, if I had to describe this song, I would say unique. There is nothing else quite like this, whether in MGP, whether in Eurovision. This caught my attention from the second I saw it in MGP. I mean, just look at the stage here, right? Well, of course, I also love that it's all in Norwegian. I think Norwegian is a fantastic language, and I love hearing more of it. I will say when I first heard it, I thought the vocals were a little bit shaky at first, but it seems that that is something that this artist has improved upon, and we will definitely see much better vocals, I have no doubt, in Eurovision. So I'm excited to see what they do with this song, if they keep the staging the same, if they change it. I also wonder if they're going to keep those little cutaways to like ice or water and nature. I also want to highlight the lyrics here because according to the artists themselves, this song is based on a medieval ballad, and it's actually telling a story of, and I quote, a young maiden that undergoes a series of injustices, but by upholding justice and goodness, even in the toughest trials, she triumphs over evil forces and breaks the curse placed upon her. So yeah, this song has a meaning to it, a story to it that is awesome, and I'm gonna put some of the translations of the lyrics on the screen here so you can see them and get a sense of what the song is about. I think Gata is going to do amazing, and I predict a top 5, maybe even top 3 result for Norway, just because this song seems to be very popular and is so out there. I just cannot wait to see this on the Eurovision stage. 9.5 out of 10 for me. With that said, let's move on to my top 3. Now here is where things are going to get a little bit difficult. I love all the songs in my top 3 just about equally. It is going to be very difficult for me to rank them, but regardless, I will try my best. And with that said, I give to you my 3rd place right now, which is Ukraine. This is Teresa Maria by Alyona, and one of my favorite artists that Ukraine has ever sent, Jerry Heil. I am so happy that Jerry Heil is finally getting her chance to go to Eurovision. When God Shut the Door was one of my favorite songs last year from Vidbeer, and I was a bit sad that it didn't win just because I thought it was such a good song. But obviously I was pretty happy with Ukraine's song last year anyway, but Jerry Heil is a fantastic artist with an amazing voice, and I am just very, very happy to see her going to Eurovision finally. Now, in terms of the song itself, honestly, it took a little bit to grow on me, and I don't think the song was necessarily worse than When God Shut the Door, but just it was very different, you know. It took me a minute to get used to, and the rap was just a bit surprising for me. The more I listened to the song, the more I really started to click with it, and soon enough I became obsessed with it. I remember watching Vidbeer and being so impressed with how they put this together with the limited staging and technology they had. And I also noticed there were some tech issues during some performances and things like that, so I imagine once these artists go to Eurovision, those issues will be corrected and this will do exceptionally well. I mean, the song sounds amazing. From the very first moments, you are pulled in by the backing vocals and then Jerry Heil's vocals, and I think Alyona is a great rapper. I think her rap actually elevates the song in a lot of ways, makes it stand out from a simple ballad or something like 1944, makes the song also a lot more fun. I can definitely see audiences getting really into this, clapping along, and just having a great time with this song, because it is a song that, yes, has a bit of a more somber, serious tone, but also has a bit of levity, and that rap I think really brings it all together and gives the song a bit more balance than a lot of other songs like it. So yeah, for me, this song is fantastic, gets a 9.5 out of 10, and is one of my favorites this year. This was actually my winner for some time, but that has kind of changed with a couple other songs we've gotten recently, so without further ado, let us get into my 2nd place right now, and that is Italy. This is Angela Mango with the song La Noia. Now, Now, I will say this was not my winner for Sanremo this year. That just goes to show the quality of the acts that we got, but then the more I listened to it, the more I started to get really into it. Just found myself listening to it more and more and just getting obsessed with the song. This is great. Very unique instrumental, very, very catchy, and great vocals as well. Keep in mind, Sanremo doesn't really have much staging, so there really weren't too many opportunities for Angela to come up with some crazy stunts or have a bunch of dancers. It was really just her on the stage by herself singing this great song. So with that, I can only imagine what she will give us in ESC, how great her performance will be, and how much the staging will elevate an already amazing song. For me, this song, it's almost hard to explain because it just clicks with me so well. It's so fun to listen to. The Italian language, of course, is great to have in Eurovision, and she just does a great job presenting herself in this song. I think it's really just her energy that carries a lot of it. Even though the song itself is good, I think Angela's energy is what makes this stand above all the rest and really makes this deserving of my personal top 3. This is my number 2 spot for now. That is subject to change as I listen to these songs more, but this is phenomenal. I really like it and cannot wait to see Angela Mongo in Eurovision. I think she will do amazing. And Italy, maybe they won't win this year, but they will definitely be in for another potentially top 4 result, if not top 3 result. For me, Lanoia gets a 10 out of 10. Love the song, perfection all around. So with that said, let's move on to my current number 1 spot. And this is new. This is actually, well, you might be surprised, you might not be surprised, but for me right now, subject to change, it is Croatia. This is Baby Lasagna with the song Rim Tim Tagi Dim. Okay, some of you might be thinking, where is Finland? Because I think this song and Finland song have some similarities, and that is true. While I like the song No Rules, and I'm looking forward to seeing it on the ESC stage, I personally like this song a lot more. I feel like it just works a lot better for me. It doesn't feel as out of place. It doesn't feel like it's trying too hard to be funny or out there. It just is, and it is good. It does it well. I think the humor feels very natural in this song, and I like that there's a lot of cultural elements in the staging as well. A little bit of Croatian cultural elements that you see with the dancers. I do wish the song had a bit more elements in Croatian, but that's fine. I think just as an English song, this really works for me. The song for me gave winter vibes, and I think Croatia might be in for their first, I don't know, top 3, top 2, maybe even top 1 result this year. Like, this is a very fun song, and I will show you the moment that it clicked for me that this song can win right here. Yeah, I don't know what it was, but that moment was like, yes, that was when it clicked for me. And yeah, Baby Lasagna is amazing. He's also so charismatic on stage. I think that is actually one of the big parts of why I like the song so much. And I think there's a lot of similarities we can find with Finland last year. Of course, Kadia, who is amazing. Yeah, there's a lot of similarities for me between this song and Cha Cha Cha, just in that you have this very charismatic singer with a very loud fashion sense who is giving us some really funny, crazy stuff on stage. However, as opposed to No Rules, which is Finland's song this year, I feel like this one does it in a more natural way, and it just feels really authentic to the singer and his personality, and it's just so much fun to listen to. I don't know why, but I am obsessed with this song, and I think a lot of people are too, from what I've been seeing. Maybe you agree, maybe you disagree, let me know down below, but for me, this is my number 1. For me, this gets a 10 out of 10. Baby Lasagna is, first of all, a great artist name, but second of all, probably going to do very, very well in Eurovision, and I just cannot wait to see him live in Malmö. That has been my current top 10 as of today for ESC 2024. Let me know what your top 10 is down below, or at least some of your favorite songs. Anything you agree with, disagree with about this list, do let me know. Are there songs that are not on this list that you think definitely should be on this list? Let me know that as well. I really want to hear what your favorite songs are, especially if they're different from mine. Let's start a discussion down below. I think that's gonna be a lot of fun, and I cannot wait to hear what you have to say. So all that said, this has been my top 10. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Peace.